Exactly when is Mr. Kane being released? This afternoon? Well, then, do I take that to mean that he has regained his memory? No? How sad. Oh, one more thing, please. Would you give me a local address? I have a small gift that The Capwell. Really? Well, how nice for him, and how very kind of the Capwells to welcome him into their humble home. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
Well, good morning and congratulations. Oh, how does it feel to be a heroine?
I wouldn't know. I was just doing my job.
Oh, don't be modest, Elena. Come on, it doesn't become you. Besides, you should be proud of what you've done. Unless you had another motive behind your benevolence.
I don't know what you could be suggesting.
I think you did it to ingratiate yourself to Cruz Castillo because you need him to get whatever it is you're really after.
Daddy, you are talking in riddles.
I don't think so. I think you understand. Elena, I don't want anyone to get hurt, especially you.
I don't have time for this. And if you really cared about me, you'd trust me.
If I care. I love you.
Then don't ask any more questions. Because you might find out something you don't want to know.
You want to know what I think? Okay, I'll tell you anyway. There's only one thing that separates this newsprint from the time capsules. And that is, in case you haven't guessed already, a picture of yours truly, nothing flashy, cruisy, just your basic 8x10 and full-blown Technicolor. I mean, where oh where have you ever come across a mug more suitable for framing?
Nowhere.
Come on, man, you're still fixed on this.
It don't make a grit more sense to me today than it did a week ago, man.
Tell you what. Maybe it just takes Eden a little time to get over this Eleanor thing.
No way. It's got to be something else, and I got to figure out what it is before I can deal with it. I mean, there's no reason on earth good enough to keep us apart, man. That's the truth, and you know it. But how am I supposed to get through to her if she won't let me in?
The change in me is you now.
The change in me is you. Somehow
I used to think.
No. Wait.
So how did love ever find this fool lost in the dark?
And how did love find the key to open up my heart? Now I know there's no life without love.
Now I know what lovers always knew.
I was blind until you came and changed my point of view. Now I see the change in me is you.
What is it?
I need a minute, I think. I just can't believe we're home. We're coming back with such bad news.
Yeah, I know. Look, maybe I should go to Victoria's. I mean, she needs to know about Mason just as much as your father does. And no doubt he'll take it better if it was just you telling me.
Please don't leave, Jeffrey. You're my only touchstone of reality right now. I don't want to lose you.
Hey, you didn't lose me, and you never will. Come on, we'll do this together. Let's go.
Daddy? Kelly? Hi?
Oh, it's good to see you.
I'm home, baby. We just got here.
here.
Oh, boy.
Mama, Daddy, I have something to tell you.
Well, can I wait? Because we got something to tell you. Probably some of the best news this family's had in a long, long time.
Kelly? Oh, my God, Eden. Why, are you just going to stand there?
Oh, my God. Oh, I don't believe it. I feel like I'm in a dream.
No dream, kid, no dream.
She's back. She came home to us, honey.
It's a long story, but it will keep on when you listen to me. Baby, I think I missed you the most. I thought about you so much.
I knew you were here. I knew it. Even I tried to say goodbye to you up in the mountains. Cruz and I thought that if we went back to where the plane had crashed, maybe we could... Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I don't want to bring back bad memories.
It's okay. Listen, I was in an accident. I was hurt.
Nothing matters except that you're here with us.
That's right, kid. Nothing matters with us. This is only a temporary setback, and Eden is going to recover.
The doctors disagree, Kelly.
Darling, for every doctor who says no, there are 2 who say yes. It's just a question of time.
I have seen 5 doctors, and they told me I can't walk again. I think this is something you should know.
No, doctors have been wrong before, Eden. You can't give up hope.
There's nothing I like than to think that the doctors are wrong, but I don't think they are. I think they're right this time, and I've got to accept that.
Eden, you can't give up. You're a fighter. You taught me how to fight. You taught me to be strong. You can't quit. And even if you wanted to, Cruz wouldn't let you. Darling, don't push on it right now, okay? You said you had something to tell us.
Yeah, you have something to tell us.
Yeah. I guess you're wondering why you didn't hear from us for so long.
That's putting it mildly, yes.
The truth is, we weren't on vacation. We were looking for Mason, and I think we found him.
Thank you.
It's complicated, Betty. Where do I start?
I know the last thing you need right now is cheap advice, but seeing as that's the only kind of deal in...
Bro, this isn't going to get us anywhere, man. Don't we have some kind of work to do around here?
Au contraire, business has been rather light lately since the boss took their staring out the windows all day long.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry if I haven't been pulling my weight. I'm aware of that.
Hey, look, Bub, we don't mind picking up the slack around here, but picking you up is beyond an employee's natural powers. The only person that can do that is Eden Capwell, and she will.
You think so?
Oh, I know so. I was there the last time you 2 got back together, the time before that, and the time before that. It will happen. Trust me.
I don't know, man.
Oh, I know whereof I speak. Come on, you 2 may break up, but you always get back together again. You're like one of the great romantic couples, like Bogey and Bacall, Tracy and Hepburn, Diana, the Belmonts. What's the matter? You got something against the Super Sounds of Philadelphia?
Look, I know what you're trying to do. I appreciate it, buddy, but
Don't
I think we should...
appreciate me. Just listen to me. Forget about why she's freezing you out right now. Just remember how you got her back in the past at the Orient Express. Romance, man. Romance. Pure and simple. What you do, it always works. You waltz up to her. You sweep her off her feet. You tell her that... I'm sorry, I keep forgetting about the chair.
That's okay, bro.
No. It's not okay. You deserve to hit me for that. Go, take your best shot.
You're right. You know, it should be simple. And it would be if I knew why she was shutting me out.
Maybe she just needs a little more time. I mean, the handicap is a new thing. It requires a lot of energy to deal with it.
But it would be so much easier if she would just let me help, man. I have told her that I will do whatever is necessary to get her through this. Day and night, we can work as long and as hard as we have to. I want to take care of her. You think I give a damn about that wheelchair? You think I'm going to leave? You think I could ever stop loving Eden?
Wow. Well, you look like you just got hit by a ton of bricks or something. What?
Oh, man, I'm such a fool. She's not doing this to protect herself. She's doing it for me.
Daddy, we couldn't tell you about all the calls saying Eden was alive because we didn't know how you would take it. And we had no idea that it would turn out to be true.
Well, obviously, they knew she was alive, but how?
Well, that's exactly what I was wondering.
If Mason's escaped, where is he now?
We assumed that he would be right back here.
I mean, he knew about Tori's situation, and once he broke free, I can't understand why he wouldn't have just contacted her immediately.
You don't know for sure that Mason got out, do you?
The man that was holding him captive was shot, and now we assume that Mason did it trying to escape. What other explanation makes sense?
Well, I'll tell you something. We can't afford to rule anything out. The same people that were holding Mason knew that Eden was alive. There must be some connection. The same person must be behind the whole thing.
I think we should get in touch with Victoria right away.
Well, we called, but there was no answer. And besides, I really think that this news should be delivered in person.
Hey, well, look, I'll do it. I'll go. You stay with your family. I need you now. Okay?
Thank you, baby. I'll walk you up.
Okay.
A perfect detective and a company of payroll working on this.
What about the police? Shouldn't we call them?
No, I don't think so. If we corner them, we'll force their hand. I think it'll be too risky.
Daddy's right. I think we need to find a way to smoke these people to not scare them off. Let's call Cruz. What? Did I say something wrong? Where is he anyway? Why isn't he here with Eden? Why isn't she with him?
Eden is going to stay with us now, darling, for a while.
What? Why? Why aren't you with him?
Why don't you just drop it right now?
Eden, tell me. What has happened to you and Cruz?
I don't care about Kane. And I don't care if he moves into the Capwell house. Eden seems to think the man can help her. If she wants him around, that's fine with me.
Well, I don't see why she thinks that Kane is the only one that can help her.
Evidently, he's done it before.
And that's enough for you? Have you totally forgotten that this is the man who dragged your fiancée out of the Orient Express at gunpoint?
No, I haven't forgotten.
Well, then why don't you let me check him out? It would be easy to find out his real name, a little of his past.
I don't want you to do that, Eleanor.
Why not?
Because the woman I love is depending on the man, and I'm not going to make things any tougher on her than they already are. Besides, I checked. He told her that he served in Vietnam. No branch of the armed services has any record of the man. He made himself up.
No one is that mysterious.
Well, that's rich, coming from you.
Hey, that's a personal comment. I thought those days were over.
They are.
Cruz, you had a chance to know me personally in every way possible. And professionally, I seem to recall that becoming an employee here involved more security checks than getting White House clearance, which, by the way, I have. Which is just one of the strings I can use to get you information about Kane.
I want you to stay out of this, Eleanor.
You don't trust the man, Cruz, and neither do I.
How many ways do I have to say it? When I let you come back to work here, I told you it was going to be business only. That means that Eden and anything to do with Eden's life is off limits to you. Now, that's the way it's going to be. Like it or not. While you're out the door.
Eden, I'm not going to leave just because you won't look at me. I want to know why you and Cruz aren't together. You know, I saw what happened to him when he thought he lost you. I was there when they told him that your plane had crashed. I was there when he tried to say goodbye to you. And I'll tell you, I've never seen anyone more shattered with grief. Eden, he wanted to die. That is how much life meant to him without you. Please don't talk about this now, Kelly. Look, if it hurts you to hear what he went through, then you've got to love him more than you ever have, Eden, and there's no sane reason for you to be without him. Mama, what is going on? Tell me.
Eden, I'm sorry. She's pushing Cruz away because of the paralysis. She's afraid that she'll be a burden on him.
Cruz would never feel that way.
Yeah, well, you tell that to your sister. She's also not even telling him the truth. She's lying to him. She's pretending that she's jealous of Eleanor.
What? I don't believe it. You promised me, Mama. Eden, listen to me. Being handicapped is not the end of a person's life, and it would never change the way Cruz loves you, ever. What I would have with him would not be love. And I don't want pity. Some men would give you pity, but he would never do that, and he would never stop loving you. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Eden, we have to. Mama, will you leave us alone for a minute, please? Let me do this, please.
You're wasting your time. I've got plenty of time.
Let go of me.
You don't want any pity, Eden. I won't give you any. But I love you too much to let you ruin your life and Cruz's because of your pride. That's what this is. You're not perfect anymore and you can't stand it.
You have no right to talk to me that way.
I know you're hating me for this, but if I don't, who will? Mother and Daddy sit there and they don't have the heart to argue with you, but damn it, you're handicapped. You're not dead. You don't know anything about it. Then you tell me.
You wouldn't understand.
Because I can walk and you can't?
Okay. You're right. And I shouldn't have to apologize for the way I feel.
Baby, Cruz deserves to know how you feel. You owe him the truth.
I owe him a decent life. And I can't give it to him.
Eden, stop running away from this. I'll go to Cruz, and I'll tell him everything.
If you do that, I'll never forgive you, Kelly.
You're not being fair. To you or to him. Now, I mean it. If you don't go to him and tell him why you're shutting him out, I will.
I don't want you to tell Cruz. And if you do, I'll have to leave this house. I'll have to leave Santa Barbara.
Is that what you told Mother and Daddy? Is that the threat you used to keep them quiet?
I'll do it. I swear I will.
No, you won't, Eden. I know you too well. And I'm too much like you to fall for it. Because when I came home, I was so angry at how Daddy and Mason were treating Jeffrey that I threatened to leave the family too.
It's not the same.
Yes, it is the same. Because if someone had called my bluff, I wouldn't have been able to go. Leave the family that I'd missed so much for so long, not in a million years. Oh, dear God. I know you're angry, Eden. You're angry at me, at yourself, and at the rotten fate that did this to you. I don't blame you for that. But you're scared, I can tell.
Leave me alone.
I don't want to leave you alone because you can't leave us. You need the family as much as I do and anybody else, Eden. And you may not think you need Cruz, but you cannot do it alone.
I know I can't. I know I can't. Don't you think a day doesn't go by that I don't feel helpless?
I'm not talking about your body. I'm talking about your mind and your heart. And baby, I know what you're scared of. I do. I do. You're afraid that Cruz will care for you and love you and do anything in the world to help you.
Yes, I am. I know he'd stand by me. And I know he'd love me. And he'd compromise his life. And I can't do that. I would see him drown in obligations, and I would know that it was me that was dragging him down. And I can't do that. That's why I'm pushing him away. I admit it. Are you happy now? Are you? No.
Eden, you think you're not a whole person because you're handicapped. What would you be without him, and what would he be? Not whole. Now, do you want him to live a life like that with no compromises, no sacrifices, and no love?
I want what's best for him.
You're what's best for him.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You know what I think? I think the worst handicap is the ones that people make for themselves. The ones that shut off from life out of fear. Because they won't accept love from people because they can't love themselves. What is it, Daddy?
Well, I just arrived. From Mason.
Well, Jeffrey, I really wish you and Kelly would have told me about this.
We just didn't want to fake you out, man.
Are you kidding?
Well, because of what the caller kept saying to Mason, that Eden was alive. We just didn't want to give you false hopes and raise them up. You know, pretty ironic the way things have turned out anyway.
I'd say so.
Well, did you find out why Mason was kidnapped? Was there a ransom demand?
No, when nothing happened, we decided to just go ahead and try and find him.
Suppose the kidnapper is some kind of sleazoid that Mason sent up while he was the DA.
Yeah, we thought of that. I mean, it seems pretty hardly likely that some criminal would have a burning vendetta against the DA's sister. No. I think what happened to Mason is somehow, I'm not exactly sure how, but somehow linked to what happened to Eden.
Well, I really wonder what the hell we're dealing with here. I mean, you say that there were, what, 4 attempts on Kelly?
Yeah, 4.
And none on you.
Not one.
And you were both tracking Mason at the same time.
Yeah, this is weird. It's almost as if you were deliberately spared.
That is exactly what Kelly and I were wondering about.
So 3 out of 4 of C.C. Capwell's children face life-threatening situations at roughly the same time. Now, what are the odds on that, Pearl?
Well, if I was Ted, I'd change my name. Talk about coincidence, I mean. This is bizarre.
Well, maybe it ain't a coincidence. Last resort.
It's Kelly. Have you spoken to Jeffrey today?
Yeah, he's right here. In fact, so are Julia and Tori.
I'd really like all of you to come over. We just got a letter from Mason.
What does it say?
Well, we don't quite know what to make of it. I'd like you to be here.
Okay, I'm on my way, Kel.
Cruz is on his way.
It's all going according to plan. The letter arrived.
As you may know by now, this hasn't been a business trip or a trip of my own choice. I've managed to escape my jailers, but I can't come home yet. I'm afraid my return would jeopardize Victoria's life and our sons, perhaps all of your lives. I can't risk that. Be patient and know I'm working to eliminate the problem and bring my kidnappers to justice. Love to you all, Mason.
Why would he send a letter here and not to me? And how can our son's life be in danger?
Wait a minute. We don't even know that Mason wrote that letter.
Yeah, well, we'll check the signature, but even if it's genuine, this letter is full of inconsistencies. It could have been dictated, and Mason forced to sign it. And if it is legit, maybe he really does believe it's better to operate alone.
That sounds more likely.
Yeah, maybe it does. You got people on this, Mr. C?
Yes, but I'd like you to coordinate it.
Okay. Why don't we meet in my office at 3? Pearl, take this down to the police lab. Get Lieutenant Geary on it. He owes me a favor. He'll rush it. Make sure he uses Rogan to check the handwriting and Solomon to run forensics on the paper.
I don't have it.
Cruz, even if Mason did write this letter, we still don't know what happened. I mean, we don't even know if he's alive or dead.
It would serve us well to think positively, Tori. We're going to do everything we can to find him.
Victoria, I would like to go home and see Samantha. We can stop by your apartment. Maybe Mason has sent a letter there. She's right. Do you want me to have Reuben drive you home? No, I've got my car. I'll take her. Thanks.
Cruz, look, is there anything that I can do here?
Well, I don't know what it would be. Right now, Jeffrey, I think just stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, okay. You take it easy, man. Okay, baby. You ready to go home?
Listen, you go ahead. I'll be there in a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Well, Cruz, I guess you must be anxious to get to the office.
Cruz isn't going anywhere, Eden.
Kelly,
No one's leaving this room until this thing is settled.
Somebody has to say something. Cruz, Eden has something to tell you. Eden, he loves you. Can't you see that? Can't you look in his eyes and see how much love there is?
Cruz, will you go, please? Kelly doesn't know what she's talking
The
about.
hell I don't. Did anyone tell you about your memorial service, Eden? How we were all so torn up with grief, Daddy could barely even talk? And then when Cruz spoke, because of what he said about you and because of the way he said it, we all realized that even though what had happened to you, you had been blessed. You had been loved the way most people dream about. He loved you so much that a part of him died when he thought you died. A part of me has died. You guys have each other. This is the most important thing right now. Help me, Kelly. I am helping you. I'm strong enough. I'm helping you. I can't. You tell him. Tell him. Come on. You tell him.
Tell me what?
I just saw Jeffrey.
Really? You wanted me to know? How strange. But now that you're here, why don't you have a seat and I'll tell your future as soon as I'm done with mine.
I know that you're aware that Jeffrey and Kelly are back.
Yes. They went to see Cruz just as soon as they got back into town. It seems they had a little trouble at the desert.
A little trouble? That's mild, isn't it, for attempted murder? Elena, please. Please, just talk to me. And you know what Cruz thinks? Cruz thinks that the attacks on Kelly and Eden and Mason are all connected.
Yes, I know. He mentioned something along those lines that, he'll come up with 6 or 7 more theories before this is done, and maybe even one that makes sense.
Well, do you want to hear my theory?
I don't think so, Daddy. Ah, the world. This is a good card. You remember what this means, don't you? This means wealth
Elena.
and prosperity and a change of status. Do you think this card could possibly be suggesting that I buy a ticket at the lottery?
It is no good. It's not going to work. I'm not going to pretend that I don't know what you're doing. I pray to God it isn't true. But I think that you are somehow involved.
How, Daddy?
Elena, I'm talking about hatred. Your hatred for the Capwell children, and I know why.
Eden, please. I think I understand why you don't want to see me. It has nothing to do with Eleanor. It has everything to do with this wheelchair, with the situation with your legs.
Yes, it does. I can't walk. And I may never be able to.
Darling, if that proves to be the case, and I don't believe that it will, we can deal with it.
You have no idea what's involved. There is not 1 minute from the time I wake up in the morning to the time when I go to bed. There's not one time that's not compromised and limited. And I won't have that for you.
Don't you understand, darling? I love you. I love you. And I intend to keep on loving you the rest of my life.
I know you love me. And I think in the beginning that might just be enough. Until one day you realize that the frustration and the anger that I have felt starts to get to you, and you realize what we had.
what we lost.
No, baby, that's not going to happen. It just is simply not going to happen. Like, oh, we can beat this together. I know we can.
You're not listening.
Well, you're not making sense.
No, you're not listening. I may not walk again. I may not get better.
No, you listen to me. We will deal with that.
No, we won't. I am half a person. I feel like nothing. And I am not going to ruin your life.
I was so happy when I saw her. And when I started talking to her, I just realized where her mind is.
Hey, you did your best. Now the rest is up to her and Cruz.
I don't know. Nothing seems to be working out, Jeffrey. I mean, I had so much hope when the letter came. I thought we'd get some answers from that. I think it's made things worse. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea that we came home.
No. If we had still been in the desert, we'd have been in jail by now. Or dead. Now, I think we can help Basin more from here, what with Cruz helping and all your father's resources. I think it's better.
And why don't I feel better? Or safer? I thought coming home would make me feel more secure. I'm still scared.
Hey, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, love. I haven't yet, have I?
No. I just can't help shake this feeling. I can't. We're up against something big here, Jeffrey. Something that we have no control of.
What are you accusing me of, Daddy?
I know you, Elena. Better than anyone. If you are involved in this thing, I know the motive.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You found out, didn't you? You found out what I hope you'd never discover. And that's fueled your hatred and your need for revenge. Kelly, Eden, Mason, all the Capwell children, you hate them because you feel rejected. Just admit it, Elena. I know it. So say it.
All right, just say it. I am C.C. Capwell's daughter.
We can never have any of the things we had before. Walks on the beach. Nights before the fire. The way we used to dance. I don't think anybody danced the way we used to.
Baby, listen to me. You are talking about things that don't matter. They were just ways that we expressed the way we felt about each other. We'll find new ways. We'll find better ways. As long as we love each other, all the rest of it will fall into place.
This isn't just one big problem. It's 1,000 little ones. It's the kind of thing where frustration and disappointment just add up and they take hold of a relationship and they strangle it. And you deserve better. I want you to find someone that you can love and have children and have all the things that we dreamed
For
about.
God's sake, I don't want anybody else. I want you. And I will not let you give up hope.
I'm afraid to hope.
You've got to be brave. I know you love me, and I know you need me, and I am not going to let you go through this alone.
No.
Whether you like it or not.
You just leave me alone. Leave me alone. What is it, Mama?
I thought you should know. The ambulance is out front. Kane is here.